Last year, I used AI to help me create a writing routine and it helped my productivity immensely. I outlined 3 books and finished writing the first draft of 1 book. I created these rituals for my writing routine, which I never believed in the past. It felt great, but not long after that, I felt stuck. I was so fixated on making the most of my limited time and being the most productive in that time that my stories were beginning to feel very formulaic and frankly boring. This block that I was experiencing was very similar to an experience I've had with another of my books that I've been working on for close to 8 years now. I've been in this loop with that story that the story idea is so good that I cannot share it with anyone until the manuscript is perfect. I've been journaling about this, and it occurred to me that there is this one side where you're creative and the other side where you're productive as a writer, and I'm swinging between them, but I'm going way too far on the creative side where I'm being too nitpicky and perfectionist about my work, and it's holding me back. And on the other side, I'm being so rigid with my productivity that even I don't like my writing. And I felt stuck and frozen, and I didn't want to do this anymore. It was too hard. So, what did I do to get over this? These past months, when I was writing, and the month and a half that I was not, or the year and 8 years that I've been working on my book on and off, it's not a waste. I didn't get to where I wanted to be, which was to publish these books, but I'm closer. While journaling, I pulled on this thread about what it means to be productive as a writer. To be very frank, it made me very uncomfortable at first. I danced around with the words like effectiveness, purpose-driven, intentional. These words are softer and without negative connotation, but I think I'll stick with productivity because it's almost rude and in your face. I've been working with this misconception that productivity means working with a net positive at all time. There is no place for rest because then you're not being productive. In theory, I know that it's farther from the truth, but it's very hard not to feel unproductive when you don't have an end product to show for the months, if not years of work. So I've been mulling over this aspect of productivity. When does being productive start to give diminishing returns? That's when having white spaces in my calendar, scheduling breaks, and self-care comes in. To get to the end goal, you have to adjust your pace. Sometimes you have to go full speed, sometimes you go at a slow pace, sometimes you have to take breaks, and sometimes you have to step away. Knowing that rest is an absolute necessity for long-term gain has been life-changing. Although practicing it in real life takes time, trial and error, and it takes a bit of practice to view rest as productive. It's also important to be self-aware to know when you're resting or when you're doing self-care in the name of productivity or procrastinating. Sometimes self-care means doing hard things, staying committed to your goal. As writers, we are working with our mind. And when I came across Cal Newport's idea of slow productivity, it really resonated with me. Newport talks about the 3 principles of slow productivity: do fewer things, work at a natural pace, and obsessing over quality. As a writer struggling with recurring writer's block, I have found that embracing the principles of slow productivity was the key to unlocking my creativity and overcoming this creative challenge. These principles have transformed my approach to writing, and I feel I have this renewed passion for storytelling. Here's what made a difference. Instead of overwhelming myself with an endless list of writing tasks, I'm learning to do fewer things but do them with depth and intention. By focusing on one project at a time and prioritizing what truly matters to me, I have regained clarity and direction in my writing journey. I realized that forcing myself to write at a frantic speed only added to my stress and contributed to this writer's block. Slow productivity has taught me to work at a pace that feels natural and sustainable. This means taking breaks when needed, allowing ideas to simmer, and trusting my creative instinct to guide me. Instead of rushing to meet an arbitrary deadline or churning out mediocre work, I have shifted my focus on quality of my work. I'm dedicating time to refining my writing, paying attention to nuances, and striving for excellence. And while it's not been that long that I've made this mental shift, I'm already seeing improvements in my writing, but more importantly, in my confidence as a writer. I needed a better time management system to foster my creativity. And I really took to heart these slow productivity principles and utilized AI to optimize my workflow. I shared that in a video and I'll have that linked for you if you're interested. We've all heard about all the research in social anthropology that has revealed that human brain is not designed to effectively multitask. Who am I to question the experts? So I'm embracing this seasonality approach to the pace and intensity of my work, which involves a significant shift in my project management approach. This decision was prompted by the challenges I was facing while implementing the right to market strategy I had created late last year. I'll link those videos if you are curious to know what happened. Trying to manage multiple projects, writing projects, business projects simultaneously proved to be detrimental to my productivity, and most importantly, it crushed my creative flow. To keep my writing projects on track, I started maintaining a list of story ideas. But to avoid compromising on the quality of work and to prevent overload on myself with too many projects, I decided to focus on one project at a time. But I don't want to miss these story ideas, so to capture and preserve my ideas without getting distracted from my current projects, I created a database in Notion. This database serves as a repository of all my story ideas, allowing me to link them to potential writing projects without diving into them entirely and risking losing focus on my current work. And I'm realizing that this current system that I'm using to manage my workload and the creative energy to be very helpful. I also follow a regular review process where I'm assessing my project lists every month or quarter, and this has reduced my mental load immensely, giving me clarity and direction while also making sure that I'm staying aligned with my goals and priorities. All these will be there in my author Notion dashboard, which I'll be launching later this year. If you'd like to stay in the loop to get updates on that, you can get on the waitlist. It's linked in the description below. With the right to market strategy, I was drowning in a sea of story ideas, each clamoring for my attention and pulling me in different directions. The pressure to work on every idea and the fear of neglecting any of them added to my creative paralysis. But the deeper I'm looking into my time management and prioritization, this realization has dawned on me. I have to understand that it's impossible to be so productive that I can work on every story idea simultaneously. And this acceptance was both daunting and liberating. I have started seeing the untold stories not as missed opportunities, but as these secrets waiting to be revealed in due time. This shift in my mindset has freed me from the burden of trying to do it all and is allowing me to focus on the stories that truly resonate with me. I do feel uncomfortable knowing that some ideas may never see the light of day, but this has also become a catalyst for my productivity. It's pushing me to channel my energy into the projects I am actively working on with a renewed passion and purpose. And so by prioritizing my writing projects and accepting that some stories will remain untold, I've unlocked this newfound sense of creative freedom. With each writing session, I feel clear and intentional, knowing that I'm investing my time and creativity where it matters most. I have found that changing the medium of writing can be instrumental in gaining some perspective. This year, I returned to writing in my journal, which has been a game changer. Writing by hand has helped me focus and encouraged me to embrace imperfections, allowing my thoughts to flow freely without judgment or restraint. I've come to realize that as a writer, I don't need my work to be flawless like a rocket scientist's work where lives may depend on perfection. I can be as imperfect as I want, knowing that I can always edit and polish my first draft. The writer's life is not glamorous like images portrayed in movies. It's about daily act of writing. That's what makes a writer. Embracing imperfections and creating writing routine based on reality, not ideal conditions, has been the key to writing consistently. I'm currently using the principles of atomic habit to break out of the endless scrolling on social media and prioritizing my writing. And I'm excited to share my experience with you in a video soon. If you are struggling to find time to write, if you allow me to analyze your daily schedule, I'm confident I can find you 15 minutes of writing time every day. I'm serious, email me. Gratitude has been a guiding light, helping me shift my focus from what's lacking or challenging to what I have and appreciate that. It's through gratitude that I found a renewed energy and motivation to tackle my writing projects, embracing each opportunity to put words on paper as a gift and a privilege. I'm beginning to look at productivity that's built around joy, a deep sense of fulfillment and passion for storytelling. I want to see joy and happiness not just as a byproduct of productivity, but as a driving force that moves me forward. Writing has become less of a daunting task recently and more of a joyful expression of my creativity. Positive motivation plays a crucial role in my writing. Instead of dwelling on past struggles and setbacks, I'm focusing on positive aspects of my progress and achievements. The entire writing process has a cycle of ups and downs, and I want gratitude to be at the forefront of it. It reminds me that overcoming writer's block is not just about finding the right words, but also about cultivating a mindset of resilience, gratitude, and joy that sustains my creativity and keeps me moving towards my writing goal. Journaling and practicing mindfulness in small pockets of time have become integral to my daily practice recently. They keep me grounded and inspired even in moments of doubt and uncertainty. By practicing gratitude for the opportunity to write, finding joy in the creative process, and maintaining a positive outlook, I've been able to break through the writer's block and tap into the continuous flow of ideas and inspiration. Writing has become a source of fulfillment and growth, reminding me that joy is indeed at the core of being productive as a writer. I've learned that cultivating gratitude, joy, and looking at productivity as something slow and mindful is not just beneficial for overcoming writer's block, but also essential for sustaining long-term productivity and creative fulfillment. I've been reading a lot of books that have helped me make this mental shift, and I'll have those linked for you in case you want to check it out. I hope you found some takeaways from me sharing my recent struggles and how I'm working through them. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.